this was what was left of the indoor garden that I said I was going to bring outside. And as you can see, these all coming up beautifully, all different types of zucchini. Doing really well on the table. And then the rest of the smaller pots are here, but even some of these, the newer ones, are starting to come up already. And then the last ones from the indoor garden I put up here. And these are all starting to come up as well. It's got lovely sunshine now every day. So that's why I stopped growing indoors. It'd be far too hot now to grow indoors. I've taken more cuttings. Now all these big ones here and over here, two at the back here. The two at the back I'm not sure will take because these are wild thyme from my village that I went and took some cuttings from the rocks in my abandoned village. These two were in flower, so they shouldn't technically take. And these ones, I think I took the cuttings way too big really, to be honest with you, but my own thyme I've only got tiny little cuttings from. So I've put these in, some in rooting compounds and some in honey. And the rest of the cuttings seem to be doing okay. So if you want to see what all these cuttings are, then go back to my last video where I give you an update. And you'll see what all these different cuttings are. But they're not dead. These are very green. I didn't plant in every one of these, which I talk about in the last video. Yeah, nothing seems to have died. And these are the herbs. That's my thyme. And that's the snake plants. This is all that's left in the herb area by the wall. I've put a lot of pots and things away in the chicken coop where I store all my growing pots and things. These chives have got really huge, look, really huge. Some basil, I've just had a bit of a tidy up there. This is the very last of what I've got left up this end. I'm obviously keeping the flower pots up here, and then as I empty out other things I just drop them in these, and then where I've got 5 minutes I take them down to the chicken coop. So much transplanting's gone on, that one's going to stay there. There's a few left here. There's 2 bottles left there, and this is all that's left. Everything else has been transplanted. Look at it, all gone. This is all that's left to plant out. But never fear, I'm starting some new seeds in my rabbit cages. Cucumber in flower. Several flowers. Tomatoes have definitely all taken, transplanted into the raised bed. Basil definitely taken in the aubergine bed. Planted out some peppers here and also some peppers in the HUGELKULTUR beds. The taller ones you see are last year's that are starting to regrow, re-leaf. I've planted many more new peppers in clusters. Onions continuing to grow. The lettuce has all taken nicely. These were the yellow sweet melons, and under the two bottle tops I've planted out some more transplanted. I've planted out a lot of radish, so we have some there with the two watermelons, and this area is now, I've mixed up which the types are, but that's one type. That's another type of radish and another type of radish. I labelled them all, but when I came to plant them out, I just planted them and didn't look at what I was planting. All the zucchini types, there's 4 different types here, and they have definitely all taken. And if you can see, there's actually a lot in flower. So we have nice flowers. That flower there, for those of you who don't know, is a male, and the females come later, and I'll link below a video all about male and female flowers. A lot of people don't get the females and wonder why, and that is all explained in my video. There's lots and lots of flowers, and I did actually see the start of 2 zucchinis. I think they're the tundra ones. Let's see if we can find those. Tonda. Where did I see? Which ones are the Tonda? Ah, here. I think these are the Tonda. I have to check. There, that's the start of one there. And that's the start of one under that flower there. Another one coming here. Under there. And so many flowers coming up. Yesterday, a lot of the artichokes are now coming out. There's a little one coming in there. Can you see him? One there. There's actually quite a lot of them if you go investigating. I think there were more over in this area over here. Over at the back there, I can see some coming over there. So if you go delving, you can see a lot more. But they're definitely all coming up now. With the artichokes. And to get your bearings, the bottle farm and the rabbit cages and the baths are over there. And the raised beds are here. The vertical pallet wood garden is over there, and then we're going now going past the compost and the chicken coop to the chill out area, and I will show you my grapevines that we transplanted over there. As you will know, this is now complete, all bar setting out what we want on here. Still got the last remaining puppies in this area. And these are absolutely amazing. perfect poppies. So the grapevines I want to show you, these are what I grew from my own grapes that I grew. I took the seeds, I might make these planters. This was the first one that was planted out quite a time before the other two I'm going to show you. But this is definitely liking it in there. I'm going to train it all up here. The second one is now greening, doing rather well. And the third one, this is greening too. Now in the lower olive grove, and I love to show you my rock rose, one of my favourite plants that we have here. These are wild plant in Cyprus. They grow absolutely everywhere in the wilds. But these are the only pink ones I've found. I do notice there's a white there. Interestingly, in the middle of it all, there's a white one. I haven't seen any more pinks on my walks. I just see white. And I think I need to try and take some cuttings off of these. There's two of them. This one's a lot smaller. They are rock rose, and that's why they grow so much around this area, because we're in a mountain area. So you don't water them or do anything with them, and they come up once a year, every year. The low olive grove is to show you. Mike sent me down here. He said there's a really nice group of poppies down by our pomegranates that we've grown. Loads of pomegranates on our boundary fence. Let me show you the pomegranates first. If you recall, I think a couple of years ago I did a little bit on a video where these were all out of control, and Mike was literally going down this line, taking out any deads and tidying up what was here. And then I grew some pomegranate trees from my pomegranates that were growing and filled in spaces where there wasn't any on the line. There's about 2 more I need to grow. You'll see in a second. These ones are growing. The new ones I put in them, and there's a space there, so I need 1 or 2 more. No, I've just seen the poppies, Mike said. Look at them all. Wow. Just love seeing the poppies. In case you're wondering why we have barbed wire, this is purely because the goats climb in. So this is to stop the goat. into what's growing. That's where the potatoes will always be growing now. I have an empty bed which I'm going to transplant some broccoli into. Everything seems to be coming up quite well. Lots of nibbles though. I must clip all this netting that I was going to do and haven't got round to, and that would have stopped all this happening. There's quite a bit growing in there, but definitely being eaten by chameleons and snails. Let's look at the other bed behind. Again, I've still got to do this netting. Got plants growing. There's a lot coming up here. This is why I often put bottles over the top of things, although you do have to check snails haven't come down the top, but that does protect them a lot. Cookout area. It looks like the dill has taken. So I planted some dill, my first time growing dill. There's a little bit in there as well. I planted all tomatoes there, which you would have seen, and I also sowed seeds in these tile potting areas. If you want to know what's growing, do check back the last video in this area. These are definitely taken for sure. Always good to over sow. And the parsley. Here I've transplanted in the hugel beds. Here I've done sweet corn. I've just transplanted those. That's cauliflower from before. Nothing there, nothing there. This is broccoli, turning to seed. Chard. These are chilies. Here is Bianca zucchini that I've just transplanted. Lettuce, green lettuce and rosa lettuce. One bed of aubergines. These will start to leaf again. These come back year after year, so never think your aubergine's dead. They look dead, but they're not. Leaves begin to grow again. This is an example. So it looked like it was dead, and now you have all new shoots. Another bed of aubergines. This is a trombello zucchini. Tomatoes I've planted out, transplanted. They seem to have taken, and there's lots of yellow flowers already on some of those. And this is my project tomato grid. If you want to know about that, then I'll link the video below. And it's basically, you never have to stake each item, but you just keep it like that year after year. I've transplanted some peppers into this bed where peppers are coming back from other years, so you can see the new ones versus what looks like sticks. So the ones that look like sticks are old ones, but they will regrow, and there's a random chard up the end as well. So lots of peppers in here. This bed's empty, but it has a lot of these pea shoots, I guess you could call them, but I'll link a video of those to show you those. They are wild here, but you can eat them. Nothing in this one. We've just watered them all because we're trying to empty out our irrigation tank to paint it, because it's leaking with special paint. So if these all look wet, that's the reason why. So we've got more peppers transplanted in here, again with some older pepper plants, which are still producing the older ones. Just harvested some, I left that one behind. This is what we're doing, we'll just keep moving the hose along. So let's just move it to another bed. Okay, so this is another pepper bed. I haven't put any new ones in here, this is just some old ones from previous. Nothing in this one. This is Mr. Bean and the Bean family. I haven't decided if he's okay or not. There are beans forming. If you can hear voices, it's a public holiday, so everyone's come to their summer farms for the holidays. We have another bean there. We have more beans here. They seem to have taken. This one, he's doing well. He's actually curving round. Another little one behind. This is, there's a random cauliflower in there and also some broccoli. These are old. I won't be growing them over this side anymore, possibly. And then two more empty beds. So much Salsify everywhere in the garden, and again I'll link a video on that. If you don't know what it is, you can eat it. That was just a little catch up on my land, just some of the things I've transplanted more recently, and watch out for more catch ups on my fruit trees and other areas and what else I'm now going to seed. Till next time, Meraki.